guy in front of me on the freeway threw something up at me. I thought it went under the car. Holy fuck. Oh my god. So, yes, unfortunately, the F6 had an accident. And look at the size of this, man. Could you imagine the damage this would have done if I was on a motorcycle? I was doing the Harley review. This thing gets flicked up, goes straight through my freaking femur, bro. I'm dead. I'm done, man. That's game over. And this, like, it's solid. That is solid, dude. And that just cannot be falling off utes, man. That cannot be on the highway. The guy who flicked this up at me, he is actually so lucky it didn't go through his tire and just completely blow it. It went under and flicked up and went straight into the F6. And, lucky enough for me, it didn't actually cause a huge amount of damage. It still pains me to think about it because it was pretty significant when you come out to the front of your car and this piece of metal is just like wedged, hanging out the bonnet. It did miss the intercooler, it did miss the radiator, it didn't hit anything, like got wedged in between the grill and the bonnet. But yeah, that is serious, guys. Imagine if that thing came through the windscreen. That would have just went straight through. Could have hit my son in the back. My son was in the back too. If it went all the way through, man, it's just a nightmare. That is nightmare fuel. And yeah, it's just not acceptable. It's not acceptable to be on the road. Even in just WA alone. So this is like one of the, least populated states essentially. And they are saying for the main roads, I think this is a year or two backdated, about 300 debris-related reported incidents per month. Per month, people. And that's just what gets reported or, declared on insurances and stuff. That's way too much for a small, WA is a big state, but there isn't a huge amount of people here. So 300 a month, and that's just what's reported. It's crazy. And I know from living here, I see paint on the road. I've seen ladders come off, just tiles, just rubbish, buckets, all sorts of stuff. And it's just should not be happening. I almost actually today had a bloke in his ute. He took off from the lights and all of his stacked bricks in his tray basically tumbled, and it was I swear he had millimeters and those bricks were coming out of the tray. That was, bro. And then he went onto the freeway for about 2 ramps. And I'm like, dude, your bricks are barely holding on to that tray. You go over 1 bump, they're coming out, man. So, yeah, you got to stay vigilant. And I'm one as well. I see a ute in front of me, or I'm always I got to get around it. I can't be behind this guy because, man, you don't know what they've done. Have they secured it right? Have their straps in date? Man, it's full on. Now, the fines for an unsecured load, these could be a year or 2 out of date still. So update me in the comments if it is more or less expensive now. But this is actually a pretty serious offense that I feel like the police should be actually cracking down on way more than the minor 10Ks over the limit stuff. This is the stuff that actually causes accidents and can kill people, not 10Ks an hour. So yeah, it's a bit peculiar to see the fine. So WA, apparently it's a $200 on the spot fine, which honestly, that's like going 10Ks over the limit here. So it should be a lot more than that, and they should enforce it a lot more than they do. Victoria, some of the craziest fines in the country. Only $242 apparently. Queensland, again, massive fines, penalties, $287 for an unsecured load. Yeah, I mean, New South Wales at least stepped it up a bit, $433. And ACT, I believe from at least last year, it was costing almost $600 for an unsecured load. And I feel like that's probably where it should be, honestly, because there's no excuse for not making sure your load's secured right. And, you know, obviously they got to make sure they're enforcing it correctly, but you need to, if you got any bits of rubbish on the back of your tray, man, you need a net, man. I'm not trying to be a prick about it, but the wind picks up, that stuff just shoots out like you wouldn't believe. Even I used to drive trucks. Take the 2 minutes, do the cover over it, because when you're driving on the freeway, sand, dirt, all sorts of shit's flying out the back, and it's getting all over the road, all over other people's cars, and seriously, you just have to do it. And that is something I can absolutely agree with for heavy fines. Yeah, it's not fined enough, obviously, in most states, because it's shocking. And look, some of the typical items they're finding on the road. So this is debris stuff. They've got to come in. They've been called to clean it up. Buckets, ladders, wheelbarrows, bro. Jesus. Mattresses. For the love of God, I have seen this with my own eye probably 5 times now, where somebody's got one dinky strap over the top of their roof and the mattress is fully flipped back and it's barely holding on. And I'm like, dude, you are going to kill somebody. Get that thing off the road, secure it properly. Go hire a freaking trailer from Bunnings, man. Like, seriously, it's bad. Furniture, and again, you see it on the side of the road time and time again, and it's unacceptable. But yeah, I mean, it just, the things, man. Look at, it's just ridiculous. And for all the naysayers, the whingers, I did post a story about it. I was going off my chops, as you would expect when this thing's hanging out the front of your F6 that you just done the front bar on. I didn't throw it away. I picked it back up. I threw it in the grass, having a bit of a cry about it because I was having a cry. What do you want me to do? And yeah, I didn't throw it out. I still got it. It's evidence, bro. Not that I can pin it on anybody, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things which, again, it just shouldn't be happening. And, you know, from buckets, ladders, wheelbarrows, bro. Come on, wheelbarrows? Are we that stupid? Like, sadly, I think we are getting that stupid here. And again, this video is just a huge reminder. Be vigilant. Be absolutely vigilant. You know, again, I ride bikes. I've been riding bikes since I was 10 years old. I've always been vigilant on the road. And, you know, there is a huge amount of users who are not. I know most of you guys who watch my channel, you're all vigilant. You know, you're enthusiasts. But you need to remind your missus, you know, your cousin, your brother, your sister, like, let them know. Dude, back up off that ute for a bit. You know, watch out for that truck. You know, what's in the back of that thing? You know, you're on the freeway behind them. Give them some space. Get around them safely if you can. Like, it's full on. You see a guy with a trailer, and for people who are carrying loads, do everybody a favor. Keep over to the left. Don't do 100 miles an hour and just stick to the left. Please. Yeah, I don't want to get another one of these things through any of my cars and through, yeah, myself either, because yeah, you could see on my face, I didn't know, I thought this might have been coming through the window and I didn't know what it was at the time, but I drove for about another solid 15 minutes, this thing hanging out the front, like it's, yeah, the damage this would have done to somebody too, you know, if I had somebody ran out in front of me, man, that would have just absolutely speared him, shish kebab, bro, like, yeah. Now, just quickly as well, remember, use my code ROSS15 off down below. It's Wiper Tech, guys. They're doing the best wipers in the business. Free delivery, free express shipping, and you're going to get 15% off using my code. It's tons of 5-star reviews, easy online. They fit every car. And the cleaner your windscreen is, you know, got a smooth wipe every time. You can actually see what's in front of you. If something's coming at you, you know, you need to have that visibility. So it absolutely pays dividends to have good wiper blades on your car. Again, support the channel, support the businesses that support me. Code is down below, Ross15 off. Run the montage of the dickheads dropping shit on the highway. Yeah, I've seen enough. I've seen enough of these bozos. So guys, look, that's the video. Again, don't be stupid. Secure your damn load. And I don't want to be picking up any more rubbish in the front of my F6, please, or my VZ for that. And I'm sure none of you guys would like to either. So just, again, be vigilant, guys. Be careful out on the roads. Keep left. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care.